Hello.
Hi. We posted our last video and we talked a lot about like the things you're gonna see coming up with our goats and our chickens and
The house.
the house and stuff like that. Never really explained why we do the things that we do.
People often wonder why we do the things we do.
There's a reason for this season.
No.
Does that apply here? You know, we don't have a car payment. We rent small
Right.
houses near where we work. Always have sort of been called cheap or frugal.
Buy a lot of things used.
Do you even remember what the grossest thing we've ever bought used is?
Mattress. We cleaned it.
Yes, we cleaned it. I'm still sweating so much. It's so hot. The lights are all over. I wasn't going there with that. Why are we doing all these things? We're not doing all these things just to be cheap or frugal. We do have a master plan. Our goal is to retire, quote unquote, before my 30th birthday. The good news is the plan that we have in place isn't just for us. It could work for anybody. So let's get into the details. Basically, it boils down to we think about every single dollar that we spend. So to some people, it seems like that would be a sacrifice to think about every dollar that you spend.
But for us, it's the opposite. Why would we sacrifice our future goals just to get by day to day?
Ooh, I haven't used my hands at all. What? So how is it possible that we could retire by 30 on an average salary? The secret is that it comes down to your savings rate, not your income. Mr. Money Mustache has a great blog post actually called The Shockingly Simple Math Behind Early Retirement. Now, making more money would definitely make it easier to retire early, but it's not necessary.
If you focus instead on saving as much as possible, two things happen.
First is that you have more money every month going towards your retirement fund. Just to explain what a retirement fund is, some people call it a nest egg, some people call it their investments. Whatever it is, it's a big pile of money that is making you more money because it's invested in other businesses. The second thing is, as you increase your savings rate,
Your monthly living expenses go down, which shrinks the amount of money that you actually need to retire.
your retirement fund doesn't need to be as big. So you have more money going towards it and you need less. This is a huge win for normal people making normal amounts of money because it doesn't matter if you're making $20,000 a year or $200,000 a year. If you save 50% of your income, you can retire in 17 years. The math is the same. If you could save 65% of your income, you can retire in 10 and a half years. And if you could manage to live on 20% of your income, saving 80%, you could retire in 5.5 years. It's the same for a person making $30,000 a year or $100,000 a year. How is this possible? Well, let's think about it. If you make $50,000 a year and you save 10% of your income, that means you're saving $5,000 a year and you're spending $45,000 a year.
You would need over $1 million invested in order for it to pay you back $45,000 a year.
Now imagine if you could live off of 50% of your income. So you'll probably have to cut down from a smartphone to a dumb phone. You'll probably have to sell one of your cars, and maybe you can't eat out at fancy restaurants anymore. But at the end of the day, you only need $25,000 a year to live on. But wait a minute, if you're living on $25,000 a year instead of $45,000 a year, why do you need $1 million? You don't. It only takes $625,000 saved to replace $25,000 a year in living expenses. So suddenly, now you're retired in 17 years instead of 51. But there's a catch. You have to live with that dumb phone, the one car, and the no fancy restaurant meals forever. That's the choice you have to make. Is it worth sitting in a cubicle 8 hours a day for 51 years just so you can have unlimited data on your phone, or a new car every couple of years, or a bigger house or something like that? For some people it is, but for Lauren and I, it's not worth the sacrifice. We would rather have our freedom to travel, to learn, to make, to create, to do whatever we want with our time instead of having to be told what we're doing with our time. If you're interested in financial independence, the first step is to question everything.
I've even been told that I need a bigger car and a bigger house just to have kids.
What if instead you could just get by with what you have? And instead of working all day to pay for those upgrades, you could have literally all the time in the world to spend with your kids. Or do whatever you want, don't have kids. So what is our retirement plan? Basically, we've always been pretty good savers. For the next few years, we're gonna crank it up and we're gonna shoot for 75%. And we actually started this goal back in August, I think? October, if her memory serves me correctly. Back in, damn it! We started this goal back in October, she just said it. So far, we are on track. July 2018, we should be financially independent. So it doesn't mean that we're retired.
It means we get to do what we want.
We get to choose when and how much we work. And that's the plan. So everything that you see on this channel is a derivative. Should I say that? Is derivative okay?
Sounds mathy.
This is mathy.
Mike is mathy.
So everything that you see on this channel is a derivative of that goal.
Be sure to subscribe, please, so that you can get...
Is that please?
Sure. Please. So that you can
Please.
get updates and more videos like this one.
Updates. How do you do
And
updates?
some videos not like this one, because I don't think they're all going to be like this one.
No. Let's go wise here and come out.
No.
Bye.
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 Really?
Why?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Crank it up, the heat. It sounds goofy. Action.
And I shouldn't have said it like that. We had one good take and I ruined it.